Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this recap for Thursday, and I kind of checked to see what happened here in price action, and it was a pretty good day. The system laid out pretty nice. So let's just go ahead and jump on into the charts here and take a look at what happened. And you can see here on the 15-minute, obviously it was just a big kind of fallout, right? Uh, Yesterday we were kind of talking about it running up. It was testing the top of the area, and it was easily pretty much what we saw here could have easily happened yesterday in the same boat. That's what we're kind of watching. You can see it run on out. Obviously, it during the evening it went ahead and lost this, fell on down, and then we were testing down this area. Well, we had our point of control here from the weekly, or volume area high up here. You can see it tested, and then it came down here and tested the volume area low on the weekly. The weekly was already bearish, so obviously think of it kind of as a floor. The price was sitting on it. The floor got ripped out and it fell. The one thing is like a lot of people think this is going to keep driving. Well, basically looking at the charts and the higher time frames, it's not like a bullet got shot through the floor, right? Where it's just going to ricochet down and just take off and go, just take off like a bullet. It's almost like the floor was sitting there and the weight was standing on, or I was standing on it, whatever you want to look at it. The floor disappears and poof, you fall. It's not the next area that it catches or hits, you're going to land on. It's not like like I said, a bullet would take a little bit to break through a couple floors before it slowed down. So we call that wind driver in price action. So you need the wind in your sails to push the boat down the waterway. Anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at here, and we just don't see it with this fallout. Mainly because, like I said, we do analyze the last 24 hours. We also look at the 1 hour, the 4 hour. We look at the weekly as well when we're looking at all this, when we build out our stuff. So it's not just like we're randomly putting charts and stuff on here. I went ahead and turned on my indicator every day that Cabrera.com. We actually just run it out and find these levels, again, with those longer time frames, which I've talked about many times. You do have the 30-minute high and low right here. It gets printed. So that's your orange dotted lines. You can see the orange line, or the purple line actually sitting right here on the 30-minute low is your breakdown trigger, or trigger. And then you have a breakout trigger way up here. And that right there is kind of like, whoa, when you see a big spread like that, that is an area for it to fall out. Well, you can see that I just drew that line between the two and connected them, and I dragged it down here. You can see there's your target right there. That's where I got that. This target right here is marked from basically this breakdown into this other breakdown based on price action. That's where we got that. You could have also ran from the very high all the way to the very low. That would be another target you could draw out if that's what you decide to do. I've talked about the Fibonacci's. They're marked on the triggers. Everything's based on the same area. This is where we get consistency. And you can see their extensions all the way down. Target 1, target 2, target 3. Obviously, you can change different Fibonacci extensions and get different results. This is just on the 618, 618, 618, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3. So those are all different ways that you can get levels of. People always ask, where can I get a target? Where do I need to get? Where's this going to go? Idea. That's it. I just named a lot of ways that you could analyze it. The biggest point is you have to kind of know why you have your levels set here. The one other red flag that we were watching is your daily support and resistance, these two lines. So we have our support down here and a resistance right up here. We're tight in between these triggers. A lot of times you'll see expansion move or something want to push away from it, just like it was yesterday. And so really what I was looking for is like, well, like I said, the floor is going to get pulled out, right? Well, you had the breakdown trigger, so there was part of the strength. And then you had your daily support and resistance. So here's your support here. That was the last hurrah. Then you had a little bit left on the weekly volume area low. And after that, there was nothing holding it. There was nothing there for it to sit on. So there you go. It fell. But there wasn't energy in this, meaning that it was, like I said, it wasn't a bullet. It wasn't like coming down through here and just snapped through, back tested and fell. This was just a nice solid hit. And that is looking at getting into the trade. Now I'm watching this on the 15, but once we have our key levels, we call it the predator high, predator low. There's just a way to get into an entry. This is the 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the New York Futures or New York Stock Exchange session here in the United States. It's a great way to look at volume, volatility. A lot of times you'll see come into crypto space. It really doesn't have anything to do with crypto, to be honest. It could care less about the U.S. market. But if you're looking for people that show up and want to move money, that's what you're really using it for, is that energy in the space. So that's why we mark this candle. This is that 15-minute high, 15-minute low, and we're using that for an entry. So once that happens, that's at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time is when that candle will close out. And you can see how this price action played during that time. And this blue, darker blue, tells me these are my candles that it marked out for that printing. So that's where we got these. So once these set up, you can tell during this printing, though, it's on the 5-minute, it's creating lower highs in the tops and lower lows in the bottom. So it's already showing bearish. It's already underneath a major trigger. It's breaking down on your daily resistance or daily support, turning it into resistance. And the only thing left is this right here. So myself, I got in basically right for the break of the last hurrah. Once I realized, okay, yep, this is breaking down like I just explained it to you. I have my 45-minute 8:30 to 8:45. In my case, I'm Central Standard Time. That's at 9:30. I was talking about the 9:45 or Eastern. So that's all been printed, and now we're looking for it to break down. And you could, for confirmation, you could have got in after this closed and got in somewhere right at this time frame, right in here, if you really wanted to. Sometimes you'll see this close and back test back up in here. So, but when this whole pattern, everything from the 1 hour, the 4 hour, daily, weekly, 15-minute, everything was underneath all its moving averages. It already tried to test it yesterday. So this is really why you want to be your hands in price action constantly. It already had told you that it was not strong. So for me to get in where I did, that's where I had that confidence to jump in the trade and get in. So yeah, I caught it right before it fell. It fell on down, and I rode it all the way down to this lower level. And again, we have a system that we actually track for targets, which I'll just turn it on for you so you can see it. So this actually moves with price action, so it always stays a little gap right here on price action, so it doesn't get in your way. But obviously in the morning it's sitting right over here because the price action had it printed. And I did basically took the trade right below that area and went ahead and got this last little bit of the drop. Originally when I was watching, I was going right here. Once I realized this was going to start to fall out, I went ahead and moved it down and then chased it on the 5-minute candle on down into this area. I went ahead and got out. You can see it retraced and then fell. Regardless, I would have got out in the same spot because I used my 5-minute hard stop rule. So if this came back up right here and I hadn't got out, I would have gotten out right here. The other way I chased this was I went ahead and moved my profit constantly. Every time, once it broke through here and started to show that it wanted to come down through the next level, which was right through here on the second target, I went ahead and moved price action from break even now to target 1. So no matter what, even if it reversed really quickly and hit my target 1 again, yeah, I would have got out on that target 1 reversal. But obviously as it traded down and then came down here, I moved my stop down and came down into target 2. So I was guaranteed the target 2 and then went ahead and moved down. You could have obviously, like I said, taken any of these types of triggers. Right here would have been a strong move. This is where I was watching to see how it reacted because if it started to show strength right here, then this would have basically paid out exactly what it was saying it could have dropped. That's the fair trade, was right here. So this is what I should have expected to get. This was a bonus down here is the way I look at it. Because this was the measured move for the day, was the breakout trigger to the breakdown trigger. That is the measured move, and that's right here to this level. So it guaranteed at least to get to target 2. That's what I was pretty much looking for it to move. So that is it. I know the excitement's here. This is the kind of stuff you're looking for. Yeah, now it's going to be kind of bouncing around. Are we going to keep trading down? It does have some potential now to go on down. The weekly, we do need to watch for it to close a little bit higher. So we're just going to have to be watching for that as time goes on. But yeah, a fun and successful trade. We had some fun. This was actually taken on the live today, and you can see it play out as well if you go back to that area. But yeah, if you're on the live, you could have got your hands on that one as well. But All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave you to it. Go ahead and analyze the price action for yourself. Get used to this. Train your eyes to this kind of stuff. And that way you can jump on it and get in good entries and get good targets and really know why you do what you do in the charts. That's what we always talk about. But great day for trading, and it was a fun day for sure. But we'll see you guys in the next video and next recap. Like and subscribe. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.